It's Halloween, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about my top 10 scariest Dragon Ball Z villains in figure form. So I haven't done a top 10 video in a while, and you guys loved when I did those. Go check out my other ones. So in today's video, we're going to go over some of my favorite villains from least to most. It's going to be probably a spicy list. And guys, in the comments, I would like to see and hear all of your top 10, and I will pin the one that I like the most. At number 10, with Goku Black. I do not like the arc that they gave him. Dragon Ball Super, the Tournament of Power, was decent, but as a whole, I didn't really care for Super that much, and I know I don't know if that's a hot take or if it's not a hot take. I see a lot of Super fans fighting with the OG Dragon Ball Z fans, and I'm trying not to be an unk or an old head or whatever you guys call me, but it's just like I grew up with Z. So, to me, that is, like, the definitive Dragon Ball. But I do like the idea of Goku Black. I like the outfit and the idea of him and the style. And I just think if they redid Dragon Ball Super with better animation and maybe flushed out the story a little bit more, I feel like Goku Black could be a really cool villain. I want to like him. Ooh, what's this? He's got blue tack on his shoe. Sorry about that, guys. This is an official figure, I swear. He does have a third-party head. This is a windy hair swept. So if you want to check that out, I have a few third-party accessory Dragon Ball Z videos on my channel. Go check that one out for an in-depth review. But I think it really adds like something cool to the character. Well, I gotta zoom out for him, and I feel like this is where I'm gonna lose a lot of you. So yes, I do have Majin Buu as number 9.
What?
The Majin Buu saga is great for different reasons, but Majin Buu, when he's this Buu, right? This is just Majin Buu, then there's Kid Buu, then there's Evil Buu, and then there's Fat Buu. And you'll see another Buu make his debut on this list in a little while. But for the Majin Buu, I don't care for this character much. I always think of him when he's looking down at Gohan, right? Like that image of Gohan here and him there. The figure is pretty cool. It's one of my least favorite figures just because I don't really care about the character that much, but the figure is cool, and I feel like it's something that oh my god. And though I don't really care for this iteration of the character too much, I feel like this is a figure that every Dragon Ball Z fan must have. It's really well done. There's great details. There's tons of head swaps. You could really get like some of his crazy looks. The gold and the matte spray. Like, this is when Dragon Ball Figuarts and Bandai are really firing on all cylinders. It's a great figure. Now, I watched the Dragon Ball in subtitle. So this guy has, I forgot his name. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Kill You on him is amazing. This is a villain from Dragon Ball. He's a recurring villain. He pops up throughout the series, even towards the end. The fact that we have this character in a Dragon Ball figure is amazing. I do have, if you guys look, oh, you really can't see it, but I have over there. Oh, there you go. I have a Dragon Ball shelf right down there. Everything fell. I gotta fix them. And to have this guy, he's just really funny and great. This is a great underrated figure. If I ever do the most underrated Dragon Ball figures, which I might do, if you guys want to see that video, let me know, because this guy will definitely make the list. Number 8, but just because there's other great characters on this list, not because that guy sucks. I know. I just, listen, if you guys are hating right now, I see you typing. I understand it. Frieza is a fan favorite. Everybody loves him. I get it. Frieza's a legend, right? He's an iconic character. People who don't even know Dragon Ball Z know him. And Frieza's great. But for scary, you know, I always thought he was weird growing up, you know, because I was a kid when I first started watching Dragon Ball Z. He was scary. The other I don't have mine opened, but other iterations of Frieza would be on the list. I believe his first form was pretty good, and then the second form, he's a huge behemoth. And, but I don't know. I think it's just because of the other characters on this list. He is at number 7. damn. Now, this is one of my favorite figures. He is one of my favorite characters. And I just love this big boy. Fat Boo is my favorite. And he would be up more on the list because Fat Boo was actually pretty scary. When he got mad, I feel like he's more scary than the other Boo. The other Boo acted like a monkey or something, and this guy, you didn't know how he felt. And I remember watching him as a kid, and I was just like, oh, he's scary. I hear his voice. But yeah, this is one of my favorite figures. It's just so cool. If you do not own this guy, you have to pick him up. Again, this is when Bandai was just firing on all cylinders. It's a perfect figure. Love that gold and so neat. It's so clean. Beautiful guy. Probably one of my favorite figures. Love it. And he's just a great character. So check him out. And that's going to be my number 6. Dr. Gero and the Android Saga is when I really became a fan of Dragon Ball Z. And you've heard me talk about this a lot of times. The introduction of Trunks and then the Android Saga and Cell Saga and all that stuff. That is my favorite Dragon Ball Z. It just hit me at the right time. It was serious, but it also had jokes and it was scary. And these guys were pretty scary, even though, like now you look at them, or at least now as an adult, I look at these guys and, they're not so scary, but I just think like really just good villains, good characters. And these figures would be really good, but this is when Bandai started cheapening out. Remember, these figures were premium Bandai. They were not cheap. They were like $100 each after tax and shipping. Yet they were just cutting costs and corners, and there's still like the shiny paint. And if you compared these to the Majin Buu we just showed, you would understand what I mean. Like just like that cheap shine paint right there. Like, look, they didn't even hit it with the matte coat. Really disappointing. And just to show you the quality, like look at this guy. Look at the shine on his thing is nice, and all the paint looks high and premium, and this just looks cheap and paint. And it's also very light. Their quality dips and goes up, but these guys, really cool. But we're gonna keep I think 5 is a good number and I'm keeping them together because they kind of come as a team for me. Now, I loved Cell growing up. I think Perfect Cell is probably one of the best villains of all time. I think he's my favorite villain. I like how he was not an idiot. He was calm, composed, and he really he gave the Z Fighters the business, and he was a real threat. And I know Frieza was, but I feel like he was just like they built him up so well with the different stages and just that long draw and build with the Android Saga. So I have to say, for Cell, we need Bandai. You need to make a Cell Figuarts figure. We need a Perfect Cell, guys. Please, Bandai. This is the Dragon Stars Cell. It's pretty cool, but just as a statue. He doesn't really work as an action figure. His articulation's wonky, and these little cricket wings come off at any time, any chance you touch it. I'm surprised they didn't fall off yet, just me touching it here. And yeah, he can't stand well. It's a beautiful looking figure, but when you get into the action part, it's a big mess. So Bandai, please give us more. But Cell would be higher on my list. Perfect Cell, perfect. And I think number, what is this? 4. I think 4 is not a bad number for him here. Now for number 3, I understand that I picked 3 characters, but these guys come together in my opinion. I have to say the androids terrified me when they came out. This guy was just cold-blooded killer. That whole, those few episodes they had of them just, going shopping and then, interacting with the people in the towns and stuff, and they were just so cold and robotic. They were androids. They were real scary. You didn't know what they were going to do. You never knew what they were going to do, and then when they give Vegeta the business, that's, serious now. Oh, Vegeta, and then Trunks talks them up so much, where it's we gotta get them now. It's these guys, and especially if you watch the Trunks movie, Gohan and everything, these guys are really scary. They would even be higher on the list, but we got some other guys on there. But for 3, I think this is a good place for them. Now, number 2, we have Lord Slug. My man does not get enough respect, attention. The Lord Slug movie is my favorite Dragon Ball Z movie. I love it. It still holds up to this day. I still have my original VHS tape that I played so many times. Lord Slug was a great villain. It's a great movie. This is the Jax toy, old Jax toy they made a long time ago. And if Figuarts ever makes one, I am going to be buying a few of them, to say the least. This guy is one of my favorite villains. He's just an awesome character, and he means a lot to me in my Dragon Ball Z fandom. So it's cool that we have this figure, and it's a pretty nice figure, but it's just very limited in articulation because this came out in 2001, I think, or something like that. So number 2 is my man Lord Slug. And guys, before we get to number 1, smash that like button, leave a comment. Again, leave your top 10 list in the comment section. I will pin my favorite one or the best one or whatever. And let's get ready for number 1. It is going to be Imperfect Cell. I still have the VHS tape of this guy. Again, kids, you don't know, like we used to have to go find a VHS tape at Blockbuster or a bootleg one, wait for the show to come on Toonami. It was not easy to watch anime in the 2000s. If it wasn't anime, you had to go to a Blockbuster or a shop or a comic shop or something and get a VHS tape. And so a lot of times you watched episodes out of order, or you had just a few, you might have just had one VHS tape, so you watched the same episode. So I watched when we first see Cell and he goes into the town and he's just sucking people.
Hey, yo!
Like up into, and the clothes like disappear, and the music, and it was just so scary. And as a kid, man, this guy made an impact on me, and I have some great memories. And the fact that we have this figure, I have 2. One of them is over there behind us in my little trunks display. This is the actual long leg. Someone made like a leg extension. So this is actually the modded one to give him more height. And this is beautiful. Imperfect Cell is just my favorite. It's just so cool, like design-wise, and he was just so scary and no jokes. He was serious, and he was, Piccolo. He almost took out Piccolo. He sucked up 17.
Hey, yo!
Or 16. 18. I get the numbers confused even to this day. But I gotta just give it to my main man. So, what do you guys think of my list? Did you like this tier list? Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the end of this video. If you want up to $50 in free credit for doing nothing, just signing up to Macari, stay tuned and I explain it, how we both can get $50 in credit. Have a safe, happy Halloween, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. If you want to get $50 in free credit for both of us, we both get it. I need everybody, go check out my Macari shop. I sell stuff on eBay, on Macari. And if you're a watcher of the channel, always DM me. I give you guys the best. Don't even look at the prices on there. You let me know. I'll give you the best deal I can. If you want to get $50 in free credit for both of us, we both get it. Use my code. Down below is the link. Go over there. You guys signing up is how I buy a lot of these figures. Use my code. We both get up to $50 in credit. And then I go and buy, like this figure. I bought this guy on there. I bought this guy on there. I bought this guy. You guys get it.